Hi everyone. Tonight we're going to be opening up a box of Voyager from Star Trek CCG First Edition. I'm really excited about opening this up because to me, Voyager and the Borg are two of the most exciting sets in Star Trek CCG First Edition to open. You knew you were going to get a cool card every time you open up a pack. Voyager is one of my favorite series, so really excited to see what we get tonight. Now, this expansion is a little controversial because because the cards were so cool sometimes, it did start the power expansion that we saw towards the end of the game that really led to Decipher moving to second edition. And then I'll start talking about some of those things that we see that contributed to that as we go through the cards tonight. I'm going to spend more time talking about the cards themselves than you see in a lot of these videos. So just a warning ahead of time, I'm probably going to pause and come back and do this in a couple of different chunks as we go along so that we're not spending too much time. I'm not spending too much time all in one sitting. All right, so with that, let's get started. All right, so I always go left to right when I open these. I'm going to open them so that you all can see what I'm opening as we go along. Okay, so we start out with Flash Plasma Storm, a dilemma. Uncommon, kills each away team member who has both strength greater, less than 6, ignoring the hand weapon enhancements, and cunning less than 9, nullified if you have thermal deflectors in play. Planet Dilemma could be useful. Return Life Form, 40-point mission. Oh, so this is one of the missions that you can complete just with Catherine Janeway. Okay, so yeah, this was, I've seen comments about this before where certain missions in Voyager you could only complete, or you could potentially complete with only one person for 40 points or more. Yeah, definitely very useful, very valuable if you have Janeway around and you've got multiple copies in play or in your deck for reasons that we might see later on. Noah Lessing, one of the Equinox crew, 677, science, computer skill, geo, bio, nice science sort of range of skills. Let's see what the rare is. It's like a non-aligned maybe? Arturus. Okay, so this was from the episode with the Dauntless, I think. So he's got Engineer ×2, Diplomacy, Anthro, Computer Skill, Treachery. He can special download, Construct Starship. Extremely useful. Cunning 10 also stands out here. Not aligned, so he can go in any deck that you're building in the Delta Quadrant. Got a Kazon shuttle. Of course, the Kazon, one of their key characteristics as an affiliation is having no transporters, but of course it can take off and land once per turn. Special download of boarding party if you're following a I think boarding party is an objective, so if you're building that objective into your Kazon deck, this shuttle can special download that. Stoddy. She was the original helmsman before the Voyager was stranded in the Delta Quadrant. She officer empathy, nice rare skill there. She's universal, so you can have several of her in play. And she gives your Intrepid class ship, +2 range, which is useful. A lot of space missions in Voyager. Range is probably a little higher, so that helps Voyager get through those space missions a little quicker. Raybeck. So here we have a support personnel with medical, exo, and physics. Kazon have high strength. Yeah, good support personnel here if you've got some exo and physics missions. Hophalion's Hophalin is a Vidian 4-skill common Vidian universal. Yeah, so part of that power ramp up that we see in Voyager is personnel having more skills than they necessarily might have in earlier sets. For example, in the premiere set, the bridge crew of the Enterprise usually had 4 or 5 skills on their own. Here we see that in a common. Now, part of that is because Decipher was trying to make Voyager a stand-alone potentially format, where you would play Voyager versus Voyager battles. They had to create, or Delta Quadrant versus Delta Quadrant battles. They had to create cards that made that possible. And part of that was, of course, on affiliations like Vidians, giving them the appropriate skill diversity to be viable, which meant giving random guys like this guy more skills than you would see in more established affiliations. But downside to that is when you combine that with existing cards, that really led to that power ramp up that we were talking about earlier. Trade Grenade kills one away team member who has security or leadership. Random selection unless that personnel has cunning greater than 8. Mission continues. Common Dilemma, not that great. Dr. Fitzgerald, the first doctor of the Voyager, Med and Exo. He's a mission specialist who you can assign with mission specialists. Again, get a mission with Exo in Voyager, get him out there, and he can contribute to that mission real quickly using assigned mission specialists. Cavett, the original first officer of the Enterprise, or of the Voyager, sorry. Command star, officer leadership, anthro, transporter skill, 667. Not bad for a universal personnel there. Okay, next pack. So we have ambush ship. Point box is X. Any non-Federation crew can attempt mission. So this would be Kazon and Vidian and later Herosian. Leadership ×2, weapons greater than 9. X equals 30 or 45. It's if opponents occupied ship here. Mission designed for the non-Federation Delta Quadrant factions. Kazon Disruptor Rifle. Kazon use only. You get strength 3, loses 1 diplomacy unless aboard your ship. Kazon aren't going to have a lot of diplomacy anyway, so maybe not as much of a downside as you might think. Oh, there we go, boarding party. So here's the objective that we were referring to earlier on the Kazon shuttle. It's a hidden agenda. Seats are placed on table once each turn. Your boarding pod may ram a ship. Personnel on pod go aboard, and then your Kazon aboard your opponent's ship may use its transporters. 10 points. You can download commandeer ship there. So you combine that with commandeer ship there, and you get a little bit of a storytelling motif that can score you some points as well. See the rare dilemma, maybe? Yeah, macrovirus. Place on ship. Now and start of each turn. Kills lowest strength or lowest cunning crew member, opponent's choice. Cure with 2 exo and 2 science. Okay, so yeah, killing now and start of each turn, definitely an annoying factor that can take away potentially some crew members. Somewhat limited by lowest strength or lowest cunning crew member. Okay, so they're not going to be as powerful of a personnel amongst your opponent, but it is your opponent's choice. 2 exo, 2 science, probably not as hard to overcome. So I wouldn't consider this, at least as far as rare dilemmas go, to be super, super powerful. Corez, Security, Treachery, Geo. You can download a Kazon Disruptor Rifle. Kazon Disruptor, strength +2. Kazon Outpost, Seed 1 at a Kazon or non-aligned mission. Has no transporters, obviously. Special download of the Kazon Collective. Okay, so we'll talk about the Kazon Collective when we get to it, but that's super, super important and worth talking about when we get to it. Assigned mission specialists, ubiquitous objective. You see it. You can download to your outpost 2 mission specialists. That's a person who only has 1 skill. That's a regular skill like the Dr. Fitzgerald that we saw earlier. And then whenever they use their skill to solve a mission, you score 5 points. Super useful. Containment field, hidden agenda, referee. Seeds or plays on table. If you use a special download, hidden fighter, or going to the top, must first stack a card from hand face up here. Then the player can reclaim those 2 cards, nullifies, destroy radioactive garbage scow, static warp bubble, and telepathic alien kidnappers, right? So this is part of Decipher's strategy of countering super powerful cards with other powerful cards, mainly through the referee mechanic. Referee mechanic's very controversial, but even to this day it is. Really, the general consensus is that, I understand Decipher didn't want to create cards that changed after the fact. I understand that they wanted to sell packs, sell boxes, make you get the cards that counter powerful strategies. But the fact of the matter is you can't stock every single counter in every single deck. So referee cards have had I think quite, like I said, controversial history. I think, there are going to be special downloads in almost every deck. Hidden Fighter and going to the top to this day are seen in a lot of decks. That said, this card, it's a referee card, so it's got specific uses if you're seeing that in your meta. Stati, we saw her earlier. Contact resistance, security leadership, strength greater than 40. Seems a little steep for 30 points. Resistance plus cunning greater than 30. Resistance isn't super common either. Force span. I wouldn't stock this in my deck. Seems steep for the 30 points that it gets you. All right. Okay, so we've got a mobile hollow emitter. AU icons, you need a AU doorway or, some other way of playing AU cards in play. Maybe worn by one of your holographic personnel. You may remove it during your turn, where moves are normally, while worn, does not count as an equipment card. Yep, so basically just allows your holograms to beam away from holodecks and that sort of thing. Useful if you've got powerful hologram cards, but obviously it was susceptible to anti-equipment tech. Heal Lifeform, 35 points, space, medical physics, bionav. Organ theft, so this is a Vidian objective, hidden agenda. Seeds or plays on table. Once each turn, your Vidian may use a Vidian harvester to steal organs from any non-hologram personnel present, except an android shapeshifter. Discard victim. You may report 2 Vidians or download 1, and until the end of your next turn, your Vidians may ignore the phage. If the victim belonged to opponent, you may discard objective to score points. Super, super powerful. All of that stuff is powerful, whether at, resource denial towards your opponent, downloading Vidians, whoever you want, free reports. It looks like, I believe organ theft is still banned to this day in official tournament format, because this is so powerful, and a lot of stuff to parse here. That's really powerful to even make this potentially playable again. Okay, the rare is Barzan Wormhole. It's doorway, seeds, or plays in Gamma or Delta Quadrant. Creates a location. Any ship may move between wormhole negotiations and here, then stopped. The way to travel between Alpha Quadrant or Delta Quadrant, if that's what you're trying to do in your deck, once each turn, plays to relocate Barzan Wormhole to a new location, Gamma or Delta Quadrant, or to allow a ship to report with crew, limit 4 to wormhole negotiations, discard doorway. So, relocating the wormhole to a new location, not something that I can see as being really super useful. Report with crew, that's another story. The limit of 4 helps that a little bit, or counters that a little bit. Being able to basically free play 4 people on any ship that you want. That's a powerful feature of that card. Case on Outpost, Transporter Control Module. While aboard your ship or facility with your engineer or transporter skill present, that ship or facility has transporters. So if you're playing Kazon, you'll want these in your deck to get around that no transporters constraint that all of their ships and outposts have, which, unless you've got this, can make a movement a lot harder than necessarily it would be. Man is Kazon, Universal, Command Star, Officer, Archaeology, Nav, Leadership, pretty high cunning, very high strength. The Vidian Sodality. Seats or plays on table. Your Vidian affiliation may mix with one additional affiliation, may attempt non-aligned missions. Once each turn, you may report either a medical Vidian or medical equipment for free, or plays on your Vidian cruiser. Your Vidians may report board. So, basically this is a treaty that, because it's an incident, can't ever be nullified or removed, and you can do it with anyone. Believe all of the cards like this with that treaty function have been, I think they're either banned or have been errated to remove that, to prevent combinations of affiliations that are overpowered. I think specifically, and maybe we can talk about this when we get to the Kazon, but I think the Kazon ability to mix was more considered more powerful than this function on the Vidian card. But because they were the same cards that did the same things, I think both were addressed. Beyond the Subatomic. Okay, common. Name a card type. Discard from top of your draw deck one by one until you discard a card of the selected type. Take it into your hand. If you exhaust draw deck first, you lose the game. Okay, so this is part of the infamous Hexany combo. I can't recall whether this has been errated or is still banned, but you can use this to basically play as an interrupt, name a card type. That's whatever card that you want. Discard all of those cards in between, and then, hey, guess what? If you've got Paler Toff Alien Traders in hand, you can just take those cards back from your discard pile into your draw deck. And a common nonetheless. This is one of the cards in Voyager that really helped contribute to the decline of 1E. Mariah Henley, non-aligned and Federation Maquis staff, another support personnel officer, Geo Computer Skill. USS Intrepid, the universal version of Voyager, holodeck tractor beam 878. All right. Okay, we've been through 3 packs. I'm going to take a little bit of break, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, we're back. Let's do the next one. All right, we got the big picture. Referee plays on table. Each player who has not solved at least 2 missions with point boxes, 1 space or 1 planet, needs an additional 40 points to win. Yep, so that's a ref card. Prevented strategies that didn't involve solving missions or going to, if you're the Borg, scout objectives. Another counter card that we see through the ref icon. This is cooperative, engineer, science, computer skill, non-aligned mission, +10 if you've got a blue Borg personnel present. You would need one of those ex-Borg folks like Riley Frazier, I guess the Borg children. Oh, I guess they don't appear until the next set of Borg, but definitely need one of those guys for this to provide the point bonus here. Another mission, unseat dictator, medical plus security plus a couple of hard to find skills or a heck of a lot of strength, all for 35 points. I probably wouldn't use this mission. Probably would be just too difficult to pass. A rare is a personnel, maybe a Vidian. Yep, Motura. So we've got a rare Vidian. He's got 5 skills, special download of Dareth. I think that is maybe another personnel. Super high integrity is 8. Really good range of skills. He's going to be probably a key in any Vidian deck. Another Vidian Nadirum, officer, leadership, computer skill, nav. Oh, he can download organ theft. He's a common. He's universal. You can have it as many of him as you want. You can download organ theft as much as you want. He's probably going to be important in a Vidian deck. Temporal Micro Wormhole. Okay, this is a common card that you see a lot in play still today. Allows your AU personnel to report for duty. You can either take advantage of space-time portal to get that report with crew function, or you can nullify it if your opponent's playing it. You can also download Telegram, and then also it allows you to report a personnel aboard your ship regardless of affiliation, and then for the rest of that game, that person may act like it's got a treaty. So you're playing Federation and you want Kazon or Hirogen or anyone else in there, this card's for you. Yeah, affiliations should matter, and this card makes affiliations not matter, makes treaties not matter. Really easy way to get that really powerful personnel from that other affiliation into play with no consequences. It's not the sort of card that I think should be designed real lightly, but there it is. Common also. All right, more Vidians. Science, Geo, Astro, Stellar. Another transporter control module. Another containment field. Kazon Raider. New transporters. Pretty high range. And you can put your boarding pod on there. Assigned mission specialist. Commandeer ship. Plays on your computer skill personnel who's aboard your empty ship, opponent's empty ship. That personnel commandeers the ship, and while objective in play, may meet up to 3 of its staffing icons, or cedes or plays on table. Opponent may not return to hand any ship which has your personnel aboard as an intruder or infiltrator. So, yeah, part of that Kazon commandeering function that we saw on the boarding party. Both hand vessel, non-aligned, universal, cloaking device. Okay, that's cool. 767. That's not particularly great. Dilemma, Komar possession. Place 1 personnel present. Now, start of each turn, stops that personnel and 1 other personnel present. Random selection, cure with 3 security. Okay, could be annoying, I guess. Ooh, rare mission. Investigate quantum singularity. 45 points, nav times 2, cunning greater than 40, plus engineer times 3, or Balana Torres. So 45 points is nice. Probably better if you've got Balana. Engineer times 3 is probably harder to do. Nav and cunning aren't anything to sneeze at either. Hard mission. Narrate. Kazon, Science Honor, Computer Skills, Stellar. Haylock, Engineer, Astro Bio, can download any engineer-related equipment card. Talari, Medical Science, Anthrophysics, download of a Vidian Harvester. Maybe we'll see that a little later. Another Vidian. Good box so far if you want to play a Vidian, build a Vidian deck. Medical Engineer, Astro, Nav, Transporter Skill. Kazon Disruptor. Dr. Fitzgerald. Escape Pod, plays on ship being destroyed. Escape Pod saves entire crew. Unseen by enemy ships. Crew remains in pod until personnel rescue. Discard after rescue. Probably best if you've got a card that can special download it. Twisted. Dual Dilemma, cannot get past unless half of personnel at least in crew or away team round up each have cunning greater than 7. Okay, could be very difficult to get across against the right deck or affiliation. I'm thinking could be a really good anti-Borg deck where 2/3 of their personnel probably are going to have cunning or cunning of 5 without any boosts. Tersa, unique Kazon, officer anthro, dip, treachery, exo 557. Marla Gilmore, another Equinox crew member, engineer, physics, computer skill, transporter skills, 674, dual personnel, probably, at least in this set, knowing these personnel, probably more useful non-aligned than fed. So we got a non-aligned. Oh, we got Dr. Jetrell. Okay, so science, med, exophysics honor, nice skill base. The honor is, if you watch the episode, the honor is a little interesting. Well, I guess it kind of fits with his character in that morally ambiguous episode. But high integrity, very high cunning. Good all-around card for a rare, not aligned. Rill. Okay, so there's the only Kazon female, civilian, anthro, medical, geo. Another Narret. Thompson, Equinox dude, science, archy, treachery, physics. Study interment site, science, astro, honor, anthro, or Harry Kim. If I've got a couple copies of Harry Kim, I'm definitely looking to run this. Cephas, Vidian, security archy, exo leadership. There's the Vidian outpost. Okay, so this, similar to how the Kazon outpost special downloads Kazon Collective, this downloads Vidian Sodality, which we saw when we talked about earlier. Dilemma, Spatial Rift. 2 personnel present, random selection, disappear unless their combined cunning is greater than 14. To get past requires Astro and 2 engineer. So this dilemma, I think, was something that saw a lot of play because of a kind of obscure ruling, I believe, that said, hey, a dilemma doesn't basically hit unless you've got eligible people, right? So if you couldn't find people who had combined cunning than greater than 14, you wouldn't pass it and wouldn't get discarded. It would just bounce, and then you wouldn't even encounter it until you could find people who had combined cunning greater than 14. And then as soon as you did, then obviously it would hit, right? Making it very tough to get across. I think there was, at least in official tournament format, a ruling more recently that made that a lot less annoying. But I think before that ruling, this card, because of some rules obscurity, was something that was very, very difficult to get around. My hands must be slippery tonight. I'm having trouble opening packs more than I usually do. Reinitialize warp reaction, astrophysics, science, or engineer. So easiest requirements: restore solving ship's range. Use this turn. So if you're looking to knock out several missions in one fell swoop, or kind of bounce between missions, knocking dilemmas out, this mission is useful in that regard. Unseat Dictator, we saw that already. Boarding Party, we've talked about that. Got a rare non-aligned. Let's see. Oh, Kess. Okay, our first major character. Okay, so non-aligned, Fed, dual affiliation, civilian, med, exo, bio, empathy. Special download of the gift or beyond the subatomic. We've talked about subatomic. The gift, hopefully we'll see later. That's another, what I think is a really good, useful card. Integrity 8, cunning 8, both really high. Strength is low at 4. Thompson. Study a Terramint site. Cephas. Vidian Outpost. Spatial Rift, we just saw that a minute ago. Blue Alert. Incident, Caesar plays on table. Each of your Intrepid class ships or ships with no staffing requirements may use 2 range to land or take off once each turn. Okay. Also, your shuttlecraft may be carried aboard and launched from your ships that have tractor beam captain's orders. So you can grab that with like a ready room door or something like that. Narada. Okay, so we've got a Vidian support personnel, med, exo, bio. Okay, we start out with another ref card, Fair Play. Hidden agenda, no player may solve an opponent's unique mission unless its point box shows at least 40 points or both players have a copy of it in its play. So anti-mission stealing. This card doesn't see play in an OTF format because it's banned, because it's one of the rules in OTF format. Liberation, okay, so Ocampa Planet, security plus transporter skill or Neelix. Ocampa may report on planet for free. So yeah, super easy requirements. Gives you a free report of Ocampa. I don't think there are a lot of Ocampa, at least in 1E, traditional Decipher, even in the game today. Maybe that will change with some of the upcoming Voyager related, Delta Quadrant related sets that the continuing committee plans on releasing. They're going to be doing like a 3-block or 3-set release of Voyager related cards. They haven't done that in a while because Delta Quadrant was considered so overpowered. I think people have been reluctant to see even more cards benefiting Delta Quadrant, but they think they're in a place in the game where they can do that, add more excitement. I'm really excited to see what they're doing in those sets, including to see if we get some Ocampa personnel that can take more advantage of this card. Study Interstellar Colony. Okay, so other side of that, mission like this, can't use those Ocampa. You just free played if they even exist. But 35 points, pretty easy requirements, science, anthro, exo. We've got a incident. Okay, War Council. Caesar plays on your neutral, non-aligned, or Delta facility. Each of your civilian and VIP who is native is cunning +2. Once each turn, one may report for free. Each time your opponent plays going to the top, you may download 1 personnel aboard, or plays on your crew or away team that has 4 treachery, draw up to 3 cards. This card, incident. Okay, so yeah, this is really, really powerful. Basically, all of your civilian, non-aligned, or VIP people, Delta Quadrant, are cunning +2. So you get a benefit from using non-aligned people, and you can play 1 for free. I think this got nerfed by errata by the continuing committee because it just provides so much of incentive to playing a lot of non-aligned people and basically just mixing all sorts of affiliations all together using non-aligned as sort of the glue that holds them together and makes them even more powerful than they would be just because they're not aligned. So yeah, very strong card in traditional. I think it's been nerfed significantly in OTF with errata. Temporal Micro Wormhole. Man is, I think we saw that guy before. Ayala, is that how you say his name? Ayala, yeah. This guy was in basically every episode of Voyager as background dude. Okay, so he's a mission specialist, security and astro, Maquis 777. That's not anything to sneeze at. Staff icon. Civil unrest. Not a particularly strong dilemma. Vidian scout vessel. The Saurus is a science geo-astro stellar. Don't know if we've seen it before. Vidian interceptor. I'm getting a lot of cards to build a Vidian deck. All right. Study Interstellar Colony. Vidian Harvester. Okay, I think we saw a personnel that downloaded for Vidian, this card earlier. Each of your Vidians present is strength +2 and gains medical, and in each battle, one of them may stun one adversary they just engaged. Cumulative. Okay, yeah, that's a strong card. Lower decks. Always popular, somewhat ubiquitous. Plays on table. Each of your non-holographic universal personnel is all attributes +2 captain's order. Like, I would combo that with that Ayala we just saw, 999. That's pretty good. Okay, we got a Bajoran? Tabor. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Tabor is a rare, even though he was in just one episode. It was the episode where I think Dr. Krell Masset showed up, and there's sort of a moral dilemma because B'Elanna Torres didn't want to use his knowledge, and then Tabor came in and said, hey, this guy really wasn't a good guy. Dual affiliation, Bajoran Federation, Engineer Honor, Youth Security Resistance. So there's that resistance we saw earlier. Stellar Cartography, High Integrity, 8 Integrity, Cunning 7, pretty good. Pretty sure he combos really well with a rare that we may or may not see later. So I'll table that for now. But yeah, strong rare right here for Bajorans and Federation. Haylock. Yeah, I think we saw that guy before. Sorum. Oh, so this guy can download lower decks. Nice. Security, Anthro, Bio, Geo. Yeah, that lower decks is really gonna make your universal people who are in Vidian, Kazan, Hirogen, those affiliations get that boost to really take them to the next level. All right, so catalog phenomena, universal missions. You can have as many as you want. Science, astro, stellar, computer skill, 30 points. Villagers with torches, ref, hidden agenda, seeds or plays on table. Whenever opponent begins a planet mission attempt with fewer than 3 personnel, all are killed unless opponent has thermal deflectors in play. I think this needs to go in every, at least if you're playing OTF, every Q the Ref side deck that you get. I played the game just the other night against a friend of mine where I wish I had remembered to get this out because he was really pinging with the one person. I'll have to remember that next time. There's the Power. Okay, another card that Interrupt that was infamous as part of its use in Hexany combos. Plays once each turn to draw a card, or draw 2 and discard one of them, your choice, or draw 3 and discard one, opponent's choice. May not be converted to downloads. Yeah, drawing 3 cards and then discarding isn't really a big deal if you can just get it out with Paler Toff. Narada. Okay, and we've got a support personnel for the Vidians, Med Exobio. I think we saw that guy earlier. Civil unrest. All right, let's keep rolling. I think we're on that one. All right, so we've got Reddick, Kazon with engineer, science, computer skill, physics, treachery, good cunning, 8 cunning. Starfleet phaser rifle. Okay, so this is going to be the phaser rifle that gives you +3, but takes away a diplomacy. Prevent annihilation. Okay. So 40-point mission that can just be solved with B'Elanna Torres. Nice. Otherwise, you need 6 people. I'd rather just have B'Elanna. Ha, nice. 7 of 9. All right, so non-aligned Borg, all 3 Borg icons, staffing icon, engineer, science, 2 stellar, physics, exo, 2 computer skill, music, integrity 7, cunning 9, strength 9. Did they do that on purpose? 7, 9, 9. Huh, interesting. Anyway, yeah, super powerful card. Corez, treachery, Geo, Kazon disruptor rifle. Kazon disruptor, Kazon outpost, Psi mission specialists. Containment field, Stadi, contact resistance. We're going to start blowing through these a lot quicker now that we've seen a lot of the commons. Combat training. Strength greater than 50 plus any Maj plus 5 for each Kazon Ogla present up to 4. Okay, strength greater than 50 is pretty high, but Kazon are pretty strong. Any Maj. Then you're gonna want a lot of Kazon Ogla, I guess, they refer to that sect in each of their lore. So you can get, what about 45 points for just running Kazon. I'd put it in my Kazon deck. Or at least build around it. Research phase. Vidian plus medical ×2 plus exo ×2 plus science plus physics. A lot of requirements there. Or think tank personnel. All right, so incentive to combine think tank and Vidian. With all these Vidian cards I'm getting, maybe that's something I should think about. 40 points also. Rollins, leadership, Geo, Archie, security, command star. Rare is aggressive behavior, space dilemma, +2 anthro or leadership anthro, and cunning greater than 35. Present, ship is damaged, and 1 crew member is killed. Random selection. The damage, that's interesting, but you gotta seed this right, or else your opponent will just blow right through it, I think. Kazon outpost, transporter control module, Mana's Vidian sodality, beyond the subatomic. Want as many of those as you can get. Mariah Henley, USS Intrepid. All right, about halfway through, I would say. Not the best pull so far. Gotten a couple main characters, couple strong objectives and incidents, A little underwhelming so far, though. Jabin, Officer, Leadership, Astro, Geo, Treachery, Greed. Okay, so Greed. We're not going to see all that much. Strength 8 is pretty good. Pretty wide and varied skill set officer. Oh, he's got the command star too. Yeah, he'll have a place in probably most Kazon decks that you're going to build. Acquire technology, engineer physics, plus acquisition or dip 3 or Tretch 2 or Packlet. I'm going to see a Packlet in the Delta Quadrant. I wonder if there's ever been somebody who's made a deck like that. I'm sure there has. Rare is, oh no, that's not rare. That's uncommon. Captain's Log. Okay. Plays on table. Each of your ships with its matching commander aboard is weapons and shields plus 3. Oh, we got a rare Federation coming. Is it going to be a main character? We'll see. Neelix, nice. All right. Civilian, Anthro, Nav, Dip, Engineer, Geo, 675. Attributes aren't great, but that's a good skill mix there. Escape Pod, Blue Thompson as opposed to Gold Thompson. Implication: to get past requires 3 dip and integrity greater than 30, or law and cunning greater than 30. Huh, I bet this dilemma is better than it seems as a common. I don't know. I've never seen it played, but the 3 dips seems like it could be more difficult, and the law certainly is on the rare side. Salden, Civilian, Computer Skills, Security Archy, Cavett, Kazon Bomb, Dilemma, unless 3 security and cunning greater than 35, or 2 security and a tricorder, or 3 security type board present, kills all personnel present who have printed strength less than 7, discard Dilemma. I think there's a Kazon personnel who can like special download this. I bet that's useful. At least surprising. Villagers with torches. Okay, so we saw Kess earlier who could special download the gift. Here it is. If you have Kess aboard your ship at a space line, place her out of play and relocate that ship to another space line location in the same quadrant ship is stopped. So, yeah, ability to move instantly from one place to the other. As long as you're willing to sacrifice your Kess, maybe you really need to get to that one mission. I'd put it in my Q's tent just to have it there, just in case I needed it. If I had her. Velok Kazon, Command Star Officer, Leadership, Science, Astro, Nav, Greed, Cunning 8, Strength 7. Yep. Hela is another Kazon Officer, Bioscience, Leadership, Stellar, Command Star, Cunning 8, Strength 9. Super good attributes. See, we've got a Kazon. Okay, Seska. Engineer, Leadership, Treachery ×2, Transporter skill. Okay, so you're going to be using your transport control modules with her in your deck. Security, Exo, Computer skill. Obviously, her integrity is going to be low, but Cunning's 9. Strength's not bad either. Dual Kazon, Cardassian. Implication, Salden, Cavett, Kazon Bomb, Villagers with Torches, Rill, we did see earlier, Narrate. That's interesting. Second pack in a row with the gift in the starting spot. Dr. Naria, Med Anthro Biophysics. Noah Lessing, Kazon Dude, Science, or Kazon Dude, Equinox Dude, Science, Computer Skill, Geo, Bio. Got another Kazon, maybe? Yeah. Oh, Maj Kula. So he'll go with Seska. I think they're romantic partners. So he's first Maj, officer, command star, leadership 2x2, engineer, treachery, greed, archy, dip. Another guy that can download boarding party. So yeah, you can see them really encouraging the boarding party mechanic or strategy, and with the Kazon is their differentiator with these special downloads in this initial set. Bedian Outpost. Okay, shuttlecraft. So this may report aboard your Intrepid and Nova class ships. I wonder if that's commentary on how the Voyager kept on managing to have shuttlecraft appear over and over, even though they kept on getting destroyed. Okay, all right. So Delta Quadrant Spatial Scission. Let's talk about this. Seeds or plays on table. We have up to 2 copies of each unique Delta Quadrant personnel or ship card in play. Also, once each turn, you may place a unique Delta personnel or ship card from your hand out of play if you have a copy of that card in play once per game per card title. All copies in play are attributes +2 until start of your next turn, and you may play or draw up to 2 cards. So this is common. This card is banned today in OTF. It is probably considered one of the most overpowered Delta Quadrant oriented cards ever made. I mean, you can see the design intent. You would have limited, especially amongst Kazon Vidians, limited people that you could draw from. So being able to put in play 2 uniques could help that affiliation from having too few people to be able to play with. But combo with that, with the fact that they were giving all of them 5-6 skills, maybe that wasn't as big of a deal as they thought it was. Certainly, I would like to have 2 7-9s, 2 Voyagers, 2 Kulas, 2 Seskas in play, and that's going to be advantageous compared to having, I don't know, if you could even do it, 2 Rikers in play. All copies in play are attributes +2, and you may play and or draw up to 2 cards. There's a lot going on here. This probably should have been split into 2 or 3 cards. Way too overpowered as it is today. I understand why it's banned. I understand why they're having trouble fixing it. Maybe they're not even thinking about fixing it because it's just such a problem that made Delta Quadrant so overpowered for so long. All right, another Vidian dude, Raybeck. I don't think we've seen him before. Kazon support personnel, med, exophysics. Pretty good attributes, actually. Another Vidian, Drenal, officer, treachery, diplomacy, stellar. Another Vidian. Yeah, we've seen that guy before. Oh, look, a lot of white at the bottom of that card. I wonder what happened there. Cut wrong, maybe. Continuing the trend of having a lot of Vidian stuff come out. Expose plot. I don't think we've seen this mission yet. Okay, dip, computer skill, 2XO, or law and mind. Okay, so 2 VOC mission. Exonerate crewmen framed for murder and reveal conspiracy to commit scientific. Oh, this was from that first season episode where Paris, I think, got accused of murdering that that dude's wife, or maybe vice versa. Yeah, if I had Tuvok, I'd consider this. If I didn't, I'd probably stay away. Dip plus computer skill plus XO2 seems like a weird skill set to pull together. Chell, okay, so he's an uncommon, non-aligned Federation. He's one of the Maquis guys. Engineer, computer skill, anthro, bio, nav. Okay, so yeah, like here, similar skill set, maybe slightly lower attributes. Staffing icon, not the command icon, but like to a Riker. And he's an uncommon. He's just a staff guy. Rare looks like it's a mission. Oh no, that's another uncommon. Aftermath, Lifeless World, 35 points, Engineer, plus 2 physics, plus honor or treachery. Yeah, I'd use that. That seems pretty easy to pull together. Okay, rare. Another Kazon. Okay, yeah, Heron. Command Star Officer, First Maj Dude, Leadership Exo, Medical Greed, Stellar. Okay. Kazon Bomb. Nanoprobe Resuscitation. Plays once every turn to return the top card of your discard pile to hand. Okay, so another interrupt you could potentially combo with some of those other interrupts that we saw. If it is a personnel card and you have any blue, I think that's like communications, maybe. Anyway, blue Borg in play. You may report it to that Borg's location. Useful in an ex-Borg deck. The only one we've seen so far is 7 of 9. I think we'll get a lot more of that stuff in the next expansion. The Power. Vidian Interceptor. The Phage, okay. Plays at the start of the mission attempt or personnel battle to kill anyone Vidian present or kills any one of your Vidians. Plays that Vidian beneath draw deck or in hand. Okay, so first function is super specific, I would say, to Delta versus Delta play. Second function, you'd need to think about how you're recycling that combo. I don't know necessarily. I'd have to think about what would make that useful, especially since special downloads are once per card per game. Next, Emanation. Hidden agenda. Seeds or plays on table. Opponent's non-universal personnel discarded from play or placed under here instead of in discard pile. Immune to Kevin Uxbridge. Blue alert. All right. Take a break for a minute. Be right back. All right, next pack, Revive Settlers. Computer skill diplomacy, cunning greater than 35, plus a hologram or discard one unique personnel. So you need that mobile. It's planet, so you need that mobile in that emitter. You have to discard a unique person. So some costs associated with this, even though the requirements look, relatively easy. I don't know. Maybe you've got lots of holographic personnel because you're a few sets later than this, and you've got a bunch of holodeck adventures cards. I don't know. Otherwise, probably not something I'd really look seriously at putting in my deck. Tom Morello, Rage, Dilemma, maybe? Yeah, Subspace Fracture. Entire crew or away team is killed unless engineer, science, leadership, and cunning greater than 28 present. Discard Dilemma. Haylock. Sorum. got civil unrest. Kazon Conference, Kazon Disruptor Rifle, Prison Break. I don't think we saw that one. All right, space mission, diplomacy plus nav plus computer skill may seed up to 2 Delta Quadrant personnel under here. You know, I've looked at this mission before, and it's always tempting, and then I never really figure out how to make it work. I don't know. I think there's potential there for somebody who's probably smarter than me. Oh, the rare's a Fed person. Let's see who it is. Chakotay. All right, so we got Fed Chakotay, at least Fed livery Chakotay. Command Star Officer, Leadership Nav, Dip, Anthro ×2, Archie, Honor, Integrity 8, Cunning 8, Strength 8. Again, similar skill set to Jean-Luc Picard from Premiere, but probably even better attributes. And he's not aligned, and he's got the Maquis icon. Power ramp up there. That's it right here. Oh, Paxum. I don't think we've seen this guy before. He's a Talaxian officer, Command Star, Nav, Astro, Exo. Contact resistance, Talari. Next Emanation, Mariah Henley. Could always use more beyond the subatomics in traditional. Kazon Raider. Next pack. About 2/3 through, I would say. So about 10 more packs maybe, 9. Balancing Act, okay. Each player whose missions with point boxes are mostly space or mostly planet by a difference of 3 or more loses 50 points even if playing Borg. Forces you into playing a good mix. Good meta card to have in the set. It says cooperative. Answer distress signal, okay. So, space mission engineer, officer, medical, plus 10 if a hologram is in crew. If I've got the doctor really thinking about this, if it's 2 sets later and it's holodeck adventures are out, I'm really thinking about this. Rare Federation, Delta Flyer, nice. All right, so may report aboard your USS Voyager for free. Special download of Evasive Maneuvers, which I think is a tactic card. I don't think this set really had any tactic cards, so you'd have to go back and have from Blaze of Glory, I think, to have Evasive Maneuvers. 877. May report aboard your Voyager for free is the real nice feature on this one. Kazon Collective. Okay, so yeah, this is the Kazon version of the Vidian Solidarity. Really similar functionality here, but the one difference is it makes your Kazon immune to assimilation, which like an offhand comment 7 of 9 made, one saying that the Kazon weren't worthy of assimilation. Well, that becomes a feature, not a bug, in Star Trek CCG with the Kazon Collective. Implication. Oh, okay. Bioneural Gel Pack may report aboard your Intrepid class ship, or for free, of course, if it's the Voyager, on board your Intrepid class ship, or the Delta Flyer enhances its attributes all +1, cumulative up to 3. I can see wanting to have several of these because, let's see, Intrepid class probably has what, range 8 or 9. bumps them up to 11 or 12. So now you're talking being able to do 3 or 4 baseline in a turn rather than 2 or 3. Nadirum, I think we saw him early on. Trade Grenade, the Phage, Vidian Sodality. Reinitialize warp reaction. We've seen this before, talked about it. Fair Play. Buthan Vessel. Another rare Fed. All right, Captain Ransom. Okay, Captain of the Equinox. Officer. Command Star, Leadership, Exo, Science, Dip, Transporter Skill, Treachery, 587. I would have thought his integrity would be lower, actually. Interesting. Maybe his actions at the end of part 2 bump that up a little bit. Type 9 Shuttlecraft. Kazon Collective. Joseph Carey, okay, a mission specialist that we haven't seen before. I've definitely thought or even used him in the assigned mission specialist slot for Voyager Dex Engineer Physics. Super useful for the types of missions that you see in the Delta Quadrant. Study Interment Site. Catalog Phenomenon. Ayala. This is the Federation livery. I think the one we saw earlier was not aligned. Vidian Scout Vessel. Okay, so we start out with mission Stop Bombardment. Astro Engineer, Geo Leadership, 35 points. I don't know if we've seen this before. Not a bad mission. 3 range. Captain's Log. Jabin. Dilemma. Oh, objective? Yeah, okay. Vidian Incident. Vidian Boarding Claw. Plays on any undocked ship present with your staffed unstopped Vidian cruiser. Those ships may not fire weapons at each other. Yours may not move. Your personnel may travel through Claw to and from other ship if other ship moves. Both ships are first damaged. You may discard Claw during your turn. So big interference tactic card here in combination with the Vidians. Intrepid. Oh, another carry. William Telfer from Good Shepherd. She's a support personnel. Bio, stellar cartography. Science. Tac negotiations. Dip +3 plus cunning greater than 35 or Neelix. 30 points. Get Neelix through, get 30 points. Not bad. Spatial Rift. Paxum. Home Away from Home. I think we saw this before, but maybe we didn't talk about it. I can't recall. Anyway, got to see this if you're playing Delta Quadrant. Allows your ship with Alpha Quadrant in lore. While not in Alpha Quadrant, you can play your Delta personnel aboard. So you don't have to have an outpost or go back to an outpost once each turn. You can do a staff person for free. Any other non-Borg ship, while not in its native quadrant, your personnel match and native quadrant may report aboard. So first function's better than the second. Obviously necessary as a draw engine if you're playing Delta Quadrant, particularly Federation, Equinox, Voyager, whatever. But real powerful play engine as well. Twisted. The Big Picture. Yeah, we saw this earlier. Vidian Harvester. Rare is a... Okay, Lon Suitor. All right, so he is Fed, non-aligned dual. Engineer, Physics, Maquis, Staff, Bio, Treachery, Honor may initiate personnel battle against any affiliation. I don't necessarily know why you might want to do that, but I guess couldn't come in handy if you're trying to, if you've got a lot of personnel out and you're trying to slow your opponent down while you're trying to finish up a mission, maybe with another crew. Dr. Fitzgerald, Cavett, Telfer, Cephas, Rill, Drenall. I think we saw that guy before. Another TAC negotiations. All right, Mutation, another really powerful interrupt. Plays to shuffle top 2 cards of any discard pile into owner's draw deck. So something that you can use maybe with or instead of Pillar Toff Alien Trade, or in combination with some of the other interrupts that we saw earlier. Or plays once each turn, discard 1 card to draw 2. Powerful combos between this and other interrupts. Divert Power. Objective, plays on table. If your ships with Engineer, may transfer power, subtract 1 from 2 of its attributes, and add 2 to the remaining. Or plays on your ship with Engineer or Red Borg and Computer Skill Board. Weapons or shields are +4 until start of your turn. Next turn, discard objective Captain's Order. Okay, so situational, I would say, depending on the deck that you're playing against, but Captain's Order may be something that you shove in your Q's tent and download if you need to. Calto, plays on table once each turn. Unless Alien Probe in play, you may discard 1 card from hand. Opponent must discard 1 of the same type if they cannot discard Calto. Don't know if I'd ever use this. Okay, Rare's Federation. Let's see what this is. Maxwell Burke. Okay, another Equinox guy. Officer of Security, Leadership, Treachery, Computer Skill ×2. Okay, so you can grab him with, I think it's, what is it? Quark-Size Linear Rods, maybe. Dual Fed non. High Cunning, High Strength, Low Integrity. Pretty par for the course for Equinox. Kazon Bomb. Nanoprobe Resuscitation. We talked about that earlier. The Power, we talked about that earlier. Commons we're just going to blow through. We've seen most of these. Vidian Interceptor, Phage, Examination, Blue Alert. Valek. Mortimer Harron. Okay, another one of the Good Shepherd dudes. Okay, so he's a support personnel with 2 Astro and Stellar, very high cunning. Okay, yeah. I could see wanting to grab him with assigned support personnel for sure. Combat Training. Oh, another Rare Federation. Yeah, nice, the Doctor. Okay, so he's a hologram. Lots of hologram stuff we saw earlier. Medical, 2 Exo, 2 Bio, another medical, music, computer skill. And he can download the mobile holo emitter, and it says ignore the AU icon, so you don't even need to have your AU door, temporal micro wormhole, or whatever it is that you have in play that allows you to play AU cards. You can just have that mobile hollow emitter and not worry about it. Nice. Nanoprobe, resuscitation, Hophalin, TCM, Kazon Shuttle, Salden, Bioneural Gel Pack. Obviously, you want to stack those. We talked about how nuts this card is. Cool. Prison Break, Revive Settlers, Answer Distress Call. We got a rare Vidian, Dareth. Okay, so this guy, medical, Command Star, Nav 2, Engineer, Geo, XO, download Organ Theft or Vidian Harvester. If I'm playing traditional, I'm probably getting Organ Theft. If I'm playing OTF, I'm probably getting Vidian Harvester because Organ Theft's banned. Narret, Haylock, Talari, Thaden. Look at all these Vidians we're getting. Kazon, Disruptor, Doc Fitzgerald, and Escape Pod. Got 9 more packs, it looks like. No, 6 more. Return Life Form. Okay, I think we saw this early on. Mission where it's 40 points and you only need Janeway. Tursa. Don't recall this guy. It's Kazon. Officer, Anthro, Dip, Treachery, XO. Attributes aren't anything exciting. Ready Room Drawer. All right, so per turn, place download one of your ships, its matching commander, draw no cards, or download 1 captain's order. We've seen a lot of captain's orders already. Then you can discard it, or you can put it on your draw deck to do it again, or you can put it atop whatever you just downloaded to protect it from nullification. Yeah. That's going to have a home in most decks. Nice, Tuvok. All right, so Command Star, Officer, Security, Leadership, Computer Skill, Mind Meld, Bio, Music. Geez, that's 7 skills. 899. Command Star. But that's better than what Worf has in Premiere. I know that's better than what Worf has in Premiere. William Telfer. Zethus. Rill. Drenal. Tac Negotiation. Corez. I don't think we've seen this guy yet. Security, Treachery, Geo, download of the Kazon Disruptor Rifle. I mean, let's face it, not a lot of your Kazons are going to have Diplomacy anyway. Why not have the rifle instead of the regular Disruptor? Home away from home. Auto-destruct sequence. Place on your ship. Ship self-destructs at end of your turn. Explosion damages all other ships at same location that have shields less than 8. I don't know. Gotta be pretty desperate to do something like that. Mobile hollow emitter. Talked about that a little bit earlier. Well, we saw it earlier, and we talked about it with the Doctor. handshake, okay? Incident. Plays once each turn for free. If you've played no cards this turn and have fewer than hand an opponent, they must choose to discard 3 cards or allow you to draw 3. Or plays to look at top 5 cards in any draw deck or discard pile for 10 seconds, rearrange as desired. Or plays if you have at least 3 other cards in hand, discard entire hand and draw 7 cards, discard incident after any use. Super useful deck cycling card. I think this gets a lot of play still. I'd put it in most decks that I can think of. Rare is going to be another Kazon, Razik, Command Star Officer, Treachery Leadership, Anthro Geo Security, 588. Pretty good attributes. Nadirum, Temporal Micro Wormhole, Lusaris, TCM, Containment Field, Kazon Raider, Side Mission Specialists. Exposed Plot. Yeah, we saw this one earlier. Balancing Act. Prevent Annihilation. Rare is Cardin, so that's Aaron Eisenberg. Officer Youth, NAV2, Physics, Anthro, Bio Honor, 887. Great personnel to have if you're playing Kazon. Blue Alert. Narada, Kazon Shuttle, Stoddy, Raybeck, Hophalion, Trade Grenade. All right, last 3 here. Let's power through. Kazon Conference. Inversion Mystery, okay, I think this first we've seen this mission. Engineer Astro Dip, 35 points. Yeah, I'm probably putting this in my deck. Distortion of Space-Time Continuum, okay. Plays on any ship, unstopped ship, crew, ships away teams, and restores any of this turn's range already used by ship. Really powerful. I think it might even be banned right now. I'm not positive. Rare is a Romulan, Dr. Telek Ramor. Okay, so you can grab him with the Temporal Micro Wormhole that we saw earlier. He's got an AU icon, Science, Command Star, 2 Astro, Stellar, Honor, Engineer, may report directly to any ship. That's cool, useful. USS Intrepid, Carrie, Billy Telfer, Tac, Spatial Rift, Paxum, Home Away from Home. All right, home stretch here. Last 2. Martha Gilmore. Hey Liz. Don't recall seeing him before. Officer Bioscience Leadership. Stellar. Cowtel. Got a rare non-aligned. Another Kess maybe? Tanis. Okay. Oh, okay. So he's in the Okampa. Civilian, empathy ×2, science, bio, leadership, treachery, low integrity, low strength, decent cunning, high cunning. Okay. Kazon Collective, Implication, Bioneural Gel Pack, Nadirum, Trade Grenade, The Phage, Vidian Stallity. All right, last pack here. We'll see if a trend that I've seen holds here. Probably won't. Now that I said that, I probably jinxed myself. Restock supplies, okay. A mission we haven't seen before, Geo, Anthro, Bio, or Cook. Transporter skill required to beam up or down here. Okay. Another handshake. Stop bombardment. Rare is non-aligned. Okay. Hank. All right, so the trend didn't hold. I've noticed that bottom right pack in a few boxes that I've had has the hero ship, not the case here, but this guy is a Sunkatse dude, civilian, acquisition, security, treachery ×2, greed, can download any other card that has Sunkatse in title or lore. Okay. Korez, Home Away from Home, Shuttle, Kazon Collective, Carry, Study and Determine Site, Catalog Phenomena. All right, so that's it. So all in all, a little bit of an underwhelming box, a lot of Vidian stuff, a lot of Kazon stuff. Got several of the main cast, Neelix, Seven, Kess, Tuvok, the Doctor. Didn't get a Voyager, did get the Delta Flyer, got a couple of the more powerful rare incident objective type cards that are in the set. Didn't get a Caretaker's Array or anything like that. So I would say, you know, with this box, maybe look at if you're in traditional, doing a Kazon, Vidian sort of thing. You know, Kazon Collective, you know, together with the Herogen for the next set was very powerful. Both had really high strength. But obviously taking that treaty functionality away from that card prevented that really strong combination. So yeah, I would say a box that provides more support than anything that you could really build off of. You would definitely need supplemental cards to make a workable deck on any side here, whether it's Kazon or Vidian or Federation even. So anyway, so yeah, that's our opening from Voyager. Pretty you know, pretty solid box, probably average, I would say, and hope you guys enjoyed seeing what we opened up tonight. Thanks.